lead counsel, assistant lead counsel, viewers and listeners out there, welcome to our daily proceedings of this Commission of Inquiry into local government councils and related matters. Without much ado, I have the honor to pass the floor to Madam Chair for continuation of our programs for the day. Madam Chair, over to you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I will call on Honorable Sila to lead us in Muslim prayers and Honorable Joyner to lead us in Christian prayers. Thank you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره عظيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Amen. Good Lord, we thank you for yet another new day. Journey along with us. Give us renewed strength and sound mind to overcome the challenges of life. We put our trust in you and ask that you direct our paths through your everlasting grace and release your heavenly blessings upon us, now and forevermore. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Registrar, kindly call the witness. Muduba.
Good morning, Mr. Witness. Welcome back to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. You may kindly sit down while I remind you that you are still under oath for continuation of your testimony.
Okay.
Madam Chair, over to you.
Good morning, Mr. Sedekan.
Good morning.
You are welcome back.
Thank you.
Council, we may proceed.
Good morning, Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Commissioners. Mr. Witness?
Yes, sir.
Yes, concerning your statement
Yes.
that you gave to the investigators of the Commission.
Yes.
You've mentioned on the last paragraph of the first page
Yes.
that you do not know of an overdraft to Basa Area Council.
Yes.
I want to ask whether the finance director had applied for an overdraft for Basa Area Council at any given point in time during your tenure as the manager.
all overdraft facilities in regards to Basse Area Council.
Yes, please speak to the microphone, yes.
All overdraft facilities
Yes.
in regards to Basse Area Council are processed in Basse, our branch in Basse,
So
not
that,
in Brikama.
yes, in Birkama.
Yes, by the relationship manager of the account.
So the branch in Basse is under your supervision?
No,
So what do you mean when you say processed in Basse, in Birkama?
if they need any facility, they will go to the branch in Brikama. Sorry, in Basse, not Brikama.
How about loans?
Same thing, all facilities, all transactions
So there had
related
been-
to their account.
There had been no loans, no overdraft facility
No.
processed in Brikama.
No.
Now, during the course of the verification process of a check,
Yes.
can you tell us how checks that are over the mark, let's say $50,000 is in your case, how are they authorized?
Before coming to your question, I just wanted to make an amendment of what I said yesterday
Yes,
concerning the 141.
you 141.
Yes.
Yes.
Checks given to third parties. The relationship managers will call the account holder to confirm before making payment.
Yes.
In the case of 141,000, Mr. Suso is a signatory to the account. Therefore, the payment is, he was paid and he is also a signatory to the account. I don't think there was any need to confirm from the other signatory to confirm the payment because he is also a signatory to the account.
Now, let's try and get it right. You're saying there was no confirmation done because he was a signatory to the account.
Yes, that's what I said.
So is that the process, the normal procedure? For example, in dealing with a corporation or institution, if there are, let's say, 3 people that are supposed to sign to authorize the payment of a particular check, are you saying the mere fact that one person, one of them, is present with supposedly all the other signatures, there is no need for confirmation?
No.
Is that the standard practice?
Yes.
So why would you not confirm that? Could the other signatures not been forged by the person representing the signature?
I do not think being the finance director of an institution in the name of Basse Area Council and being Mr. Suso being a signatory of the account, I don't think he can forge a signature of another party just to come and withdraw such an amount from the bank.
Why would you
in
think
his
that?
presence.
Why would he be an exception to that?
Because he is a signatory to the account.
No, you said being Mr. Suso as well, being the finance director and being Mr. Suso.
Yes.
So it means you know him very well and you know his character, so therefore you can vouch for his character. Is that not the case?
No, I said, I think that is my assumption.
That's what I'm saying. Your assumption probably is based on the fact that you know him and therefore you don't think he will do it.
I know him as a friend.
Yes.
Yes.
So you don't think he will do it?
No, I don't want to say anything on that.
So-
Probably he could do it. I don't know.
Now, is he not the same Mr. Suso that you will be giving money to on a personal basis?
Yes, but all those monies are paid.
All the monies are paid.
Yes.
And then the checks that you have tendered yesterday, did you cash them?
They were not cash, but he gave me back the physical cash.
He gave you physical cash.
Yes.
Did you tell that to the commission yesterday?
No,
Why is that?
I was about to say it, by then it was the end of session.
No, that's not correct. You tendered the checks You attended the check yesterday, and if you wanted to say that, you would have said that. But you, at the time of tendering the checks, you indicated to us that these were checks that were supposed to serve as a collateral.
I said the checks were never cashed.
Yes.
Yes, but that doesn't actually mean I did not receive any money.
No, that's what it means. If you do not put anything on top of your statement, if you do not qualify it, and you stop there, it means that you do not have payment.
I have received all my monies from him.
No. I am saying, as of your testimony yesterday,
Yes.
what you said, and you stopped there. There was a full stop on your statement that these checks that were given to you were not cashed by
Yes.
your very self.
Yes, they were not cashed.
Did you add any statement there?
No.
Exactly. Because if you tell us that, or tell any reasonable person, the conclusion would be you have not been paid.
I was expecting a question from you. Probably you will ask me whether I have received my monies from Mr. Suso.
But I didn't ask you whether you have cashed the check. You told me voluntarily that you never cashed these checks.
Yes,
the
I
issue
said
of the checks came up voluntarily. You told us, you
Yes.
gave us a voluntary evidence that these
Yes.
checks were given to you as a collateral, and it was never cashed. It was never a question that I asked you.
Not actually a collateral. It was given to me to cash, but it was not cashed.
Yes, no, let's say not a collateral, but it was given to you.
Mr. Serika,
Yes.
are you sure these checks are not collateral?
No.
Then how do you get the money to give to Mr. Suso if he doesn't give you anything to hold on to, so in case he did not pay back, that you will fall onto?
In that aspect, then is a collateral.
So I am saying that the checks, the reason why Mr. Suso gave you the checks, because they are collateral. Because
Yes.
if you remove your money from your account and give to Mr. Suso,
Correct.
you understand, he has to give you something.
Yes.
And those checks, the reason why they were blank checks is to enable you to hold him, to get your money back.
Yes.
Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Did you speak to Mr. Suso yesterday after you testified?
No, he called me, but I never picked.
He called you yesterday.
Yes.
What time did he call you?
That was when I left here.
Why did you not pick?
I don't see any reason of talking to him.
Why is that?
Sometimes if I think about Mr. Suso and Mr. Ture, it's like I have received a funeral announcement.
Why is that?
Because it's very sad. I don't expect to help someone in turn I am being questioned.
And
Because I did it in good faith.
did what?
In the form of giving him cash, and Mr. Ture himself, I once assisted him. I gave him 95,000 to go and bail his nephew at Mile 2 prisons.
That is what is his full name?
Usman Ture.
That is the CEO
of Basse Area
of
Council.
Basse Area Council.
And he can confirm that.
Of course.
And also, I have also paid tuition fee for Lamin Suso's daughter, 8,200. That was the last transaction I did for him. He later paid me after 2 months.
Yes. So you were giving them money just to do a favor for them, but in turn you never expected that it would probably be an issue of an inquiry.
Absolutely.
So that is why you don't really appreciate.
No.
Do you feel at the time that they were doing so many transactions with you that they were doing it in bad faith?
No.
Right now, I mean.
No.
Do you regret helping them?
Suso, even last month, he came to Brikama. I was in my office. He called, Abdullah, where are you? I told him that I'm in the office. He said, things are very hard on me. I don't know if you can help me with $1,000. I gave my security $1,000 to go and give him. I just did it in good faith.
He had or has about $4 million in his account, the Alatento account in your bank.
In his Alatento account in our bank?
Yes. Is that in your bank?
I have never come across that
Does he
account.
have any personal account with your bank?
No, I have not seen any account.
He doesn't have any personal account with your bank?
No.
Now,
Council, just to confirm for you, the checks we received yesterday are checks from EcoBank with Alatento. Are you getting? The checks we receive,
Yes.
it will indicate, we may assume that the Alatentu account is lodged with the EcoBank.
EcoBank, yes.
And not Vista
I've
Bank.
just confirmed that, yes.
Thank you.
Now, when he comes to your office, and then let's say for the issue of the $141,000, and there is no verification done, is that because of the relationship that he has with you?
No. I am upstairs. When you need a transaction in withdrawal and deposits, you have to go to the teller point.
Yes.
Yes.
So that has no, don't you think that the tellers, they know of the relationship that he has with you?
No.
No one knows of the relationship that they have?
I have very close relationship with all my customers.
You give all your customers money?
I don't give, I said I have a good relationship.
I'm
with
saying,
all
but
my
this one seems to be a very special relationship with Mr. Suso as well.
This transaction of this check, 4 checks, doesn't come on one-time transaction. It's about 2 years transaction. He doesn't actually come to ask for favors in frequently, if I can say, he cannot come this week and then the following week he comes with another check. No. Probably he may come with a check today, and if I was unable to cash that check, I will ask him, this is the last time I will give you any form of credit. Then after a while, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, then he will come down during weekends. He will call me, Abdullah, where are you? I will tell him that I am either at the petrol station, because most of the time I used to be around those areas during the weekend. Then he will give me the physical cash. Then after for some time, maybe one month, 2 months, he will call me back again. The reason why we have that blank check is because there was a day he called me, he said one of his brother has a problem at the police station, Brikama. He was supposed to be bailed with something like $30,000, if I can remember. The brother name was Babukar. He said, I have left a check with my nephew, nephew or brother. I don't know if you can assist me with some cash. I did not write any amount on the check. You can check on your financial status whether you will be able to grant me any form of credit. And if there is any amount that you can assist me with, I wrote a blank check and I gave the blank check to my brother, brother or nephew named Babukar. And that Babukar brought a check to me. Then I gave him the amount of 30,000. That is why we have that check blanked.
Now, what is your relationship as a bank and your branch with the FIU?
FIU?
Yes.
My relationship?
No, the bank I mean.
My relationship with the bank?
No, what I mean your relationship is the bank's relationship, your branch with FIU.
Sorry, I don't
The Financial Investigation Unit.
Yes.
Do you communicate with them as a bank?
No.
In relation to transactions that are over a certain mark?
No.
Do you have an obligation to?
Those are coordinated from our head office. From
the head office.
Yes.
So if someone comes to your branch and makes a huge financial transaction,
yes,
you don't have any obligation to
operations. They have a register, a deposit register, and a withdrawal register for large amounts.
Yes.
And these registers are sent to head office for compilation by our internal control unit.
So how often do you send that?
It's sent on weekly basis.
On weekly basis. And what is the mark that has to be sent to the Financial Investigation Unit?
If I could remember well, when I was in operation, it was 200. But for now, I cannot confirm the exact amount today.
$200,000?
Yes, when I was in operation.
All right.
Sorry, let me ask. Mr. Sidikan.
Yes.
You have told us that it's a policy of the bank.
Yes.
To do verification when
yes.
the amount is more than 50,000.
Yes.
Is this verification regardless of the signatory to the check, or is it limited to checks that are presented to the bank of which they are not signatory?
Yes, if they are not signatories, you have to confirm with the account holder. That is, those are the third party.
Yes.
Yes.
But now, is it a general rule, or is there an exception for people that are signatories to the account? Because mostly, I know you can correct me if I am wrong.
Yeah.
Corporate accounts are not signed by one single individual.
Yes.
They are signed by two or more.
Yes.
So, in an instance where the threshold is 50, and one of the shareholders come, or one of the partners come to cash, you are telling this commission that you don't need to cross-check whether the other partner is aware of this check.
No, I don't actually do.
Your people, your tellers at the reception, they do not do that?
They have someone they are answerable to. That is the head of operation.
So now tell us policy-wise, what is the policy? Is it across the board, or is segregated?
That question, only the head of operation can answer that, because the branch, at branch level, I am answerable to.
No, Sedikan, what I'm talking about is the threshold for withdrawals. Threshold for withdrawals, I believe, I am assuming that you as a branch manager, you
Yes.
will be able to know whether that policy is across the board or is segregated to third parties only, as you said.
Yes, it's for third parties. And also during the account opening form.
So that is the policy at your bank?
No, actually, I did not see any policy in regards to that.
No, but yesterday you told us that as a general principle or policy, maybe I'm using the wrong terminology, that when somebody comes with a check of 50,000, they have to do verification.
Yes.
So that is what I am asking.
With the account holder?
Yes, with the account holder. So I am asking whether just one of the signatories is sufficient for you not to do verification.
Yes.
One signatory is sufficient.
Signatory is sufficient.
That is how you operate
Yes.
at Vista Bank.
Yes.
We will take that as all right, Council.
Do any of the commissioners have questions?
Yeah. Okay.
Just want to have some clarification. It sounds interesting, Mr. Sedikan,
Yes.
that both Usman Toure and Lamin Suso
Yes.
would leave Basse, come all the way to Brikama for assistance from you.
Yes.
Oh, don't you think that's a bit fishy?
No. It's because of my relationship as a friend with Mr. Suso. He once called me in regards to Mr. Toure's assistant. He said to me, Abdullah, I have a friend who has a financial difficulty. He has a nephew who was supposed to be sent to Mile 2. They needed 95,000. I told Mr. Suso, it's difficult to pay you because I have all those checks that you had given me. I could not cash those checks, although you have paid me, but I don't think I'll be in a position to help you. The next day, by then I was moved, I was in Kairaba, our head office. I was in my office. Suddenly I saw a man came to my office. That was the first day. He identified himself as Mr. Toure. He was putting on a mask. He mentioned to me, I am Mr. Toure from Basse. I don't know whether Lamin Suso had called you concerning my nephew. I said yes. Then he called Mr. Suso on his phone and handed over the phone to me. Then after confirming the call from Mr. Suso that this is Mr. Toure, Mr. Toure elaborate on his nephew being sent to Mile 2, that if I can assist, I asked him to ensure that to pay me within the period of 3 weeks, which he agreed. I told him that these monies are for our workers, because I have the owner of the company, Babakar Doumbia, always tells me that as far as this life, as far as you are in a position to assist someone, and the person can pay within that stipulated period of time, I think it's best if you can assist the person, because for us also, when we need money, there are other people who usually come to our aid. Then I gave 95,000 from my bag. My bag was in my office. I took 95,000 from my bag, and it was with a trust bank bundle. I gave him the physical cash, and he left. And during the time he was sitting there, himself mentioned to me that during the time of, if I am paying you, I will give the money to...
Sorry, Mr. Sirikan.
Yes.
I'm sorry for interrupting. But do you have evidence of you giving Mr. Ture the 95,000
No.
so as to enable you recollect it back?
I have collected my money.
Thank you. You can proceed.
It was just a gentleman agreement. I was not expecting him not paying me. So I gave him the 95,000 from my bag in my office.
I'm just a bit confused. You were their personal banker, you said?
No.
Well, you gave them money.
Yes.
Did they give you anything to hold for those amounts?
No,
of
for
money?
the 95,000, he never gave me any check.
So you are his personal banker. When he is in their need, he comes to you. I said, could you give me X amount? And you said yes, and you give it to him.
Not actually a personal banker, because it's just unfortunate that during that period I was at work, because I might have similar cases at home whereby people can come to me for aid. And if I am able to do it, I will do it. If I cannot do it, I will tell the person that I cannot do it.
But being in a financial institution, don't you think that was risky?
To me, I was thinking it's my personal dealing. As far as the money was not withdrawn from the bank and it was taken from my bag to him.
Sorry, can I get that clear, please? It was taken from your bank?
Yes, I was
From
having
your-
cash in my bag up to 200,000. I took 95,000 and I gave it.
That is in your account at
Not in my account.
in your
from
bag?
my bag.
from your bag.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Let me just ask. Good morning, Mr. Sedikan.
Good morning.
Why did you think it was important for you to submit the checks to the commission when it was already paid by Mr. Suso?
Because the reason why I gave those checks, I think it was mentioned earlier that I was assisting Mr. Suso in financially.
And why didn't he withdraw the checks then,
No, because
when he has already serviced the loan?
not loan actually. It was cash just given and the same amount is returned back. Loans have interest.
Okay, yes, loans have interest. But I was thinking that if I give you money and you give me a check, the best thing is after repaying that money, I would have withdrawn that check and disposed it because I have already serviced it. I have already paid for it. But in this case, why was it still with you?
Normally, these checks were kept with me. I have never cashed them, though maybe probably he doesn't ask for it or my mind doesn't go giving him back those checks, but they were kept with me.
That means you are not very fair with Mr. Suso.
No, I was fair.
Why?
I have a special luggage where I keep documents as I do my daily transactions. And these checks were kept in my drawer.
And he was still comfortable that the checks were with you?
Yes?
Thank you.
Any other?
Yes. Just a follow-up question to Madam Sanyas. Mr. Sedikan,
Yes.
it is that 95,000 that you, or the 200,000 you said you had in your bag, which bank did you cash it from?
From Trust Bank.
From Trust Bank.
Yes.
In whose account? From whose account?
That's the same account, data construction. The reason why I gave the statement.
No, please, I didn't ask for any reason.
Data construction.
Data construction.
Yes.
And was the owner of the company knew that you were going to withdraw 200,000 on that particular day?
Not 200,000 was withdrawn.
How much was withdrawn?
The whole sum, if you go through the statement, you will realize that I have been withdrawing 1.6, 1.7 from the account. And those monies, you cannot say you will distribute everything to the contractors present at work. We pay them on installment. Some monies are kept in my bag. Even if I'm supposed to pay them in the next 2 weeks, I have to put them in my bag to ensure that anytime they come around, I have to give them the physical cash.
So you will work with 1.6, 1.7, or even 700,000 for 2 weeks?
Normally, when we receive 1.6, we will make payments up to probably $1 million. Then the remaining 600,000.
You'll be working with it for another 2 weeks?
I always have at most maybe 100,000 in my bag or 200,000.
No, that's what I'm saying. You work with that amount of money in your bag every day?
No, I used to keep it at home sometimes.
And how did this one come with you to your office at Caraba
Because
Avenue?
I was supposed to pay someone from the provinces that particular day.
So you didn't pay that person that particular day?
I paid the person. That person was to receive $50,000.
So in your bag you had 50 plus 95?
No, I have 200,000.
200,000
was given. I gave out 50. I was left with 55,000.
And out of that 55,000, that's where you paid this guy you were expecting?
No. I was having 200,000.
Yes.
I gave out 95,000.
To Mr. Ture?
Yes, I was left with 105,000.
Yes.
I paid someone in the evening 50,000.
Yes.
I was left with 55,000.
Yes.
Yes.
And that 55,000 supposedly is excess that you had just in case?
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. You work with that amount of money for 2 weeks?
Yes. Sometimes if the owner of the property might need certain things, he calls me at any point in time and is availed to him.
Okay.
Mr. Suso, Mr. Sidikan, sorry.
Yes.
Yes. We admitted the checks.
Yes.
And what we noted is that except for one check, which has a date, none of them have date. None of them have a date.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it is my understanding from the records that these were the last checks that you received from Mr. Suso as the form of guarantee for you to continuously give him money. Is that not so?
Not continuously giving him money. I have stopped giving Mr. Suso money from last year.
From last?
Last year.
Last year?
Yes.
But you've just told this commission here that he came not long ago and he asked for $1,000.
That one was not on credit. He asked me if I can give him $1,000. He needed to buy fuel. Yes.
To dash him. Okay. So, I want to know where do you have your source of income that you help out to your friends and to people that come to you to ask for help?
That was the main reason why I issued the bank statement of data construction.
Okay. So this data construction, how many contracts had he won, and what sort of contracts does he do?
We had a contract with Drinking Trust, Cattle Drinking Trust with FAO. That was last year before last.
That you said you have what?
There was a contract of Cattle Drinking Trust in the provinces, yes.
Oh, okay.
And there was another one, reticulation project. Yes.
And in all those projects, how much did you make? You as Ablai?
Myself, I earlier said, he is a friend, and a very close friend. We don't have whereby he will ask me to saying that, sorry.
Yeah, so
He will
Mr.
ask-
Mr. Sedikan, you are a banker, and
Yes.
bankers are known to be very straight and upfront.
Yes.
So please tell us what is the relationship, because we want to know how you have the money to be helping, particularly in this instance, the staff at Basse Area Council, more especially Lamin Suso and Mr. Ture and another.
Anytime Mr. Suso is giving cash, I always notify Mr. Dumbia.
No, I'm not asking about him being given cash and notification. We want to know where your source of income comes from.
That is exactly on the statement.
So you are part of this business that Mr. Bubakar does, right?
I'm the one doing all his financial transactions.
No, doing the financial transaction and being part of the business are two different things. Not so?
Yes.
Yes. If you are doing the financial transaction for somebody, it's different from being a participant in the business.
I do some participation.
Huh?
I do some participation sometimes when he needs my help for certain calculation during the weekend.
You recall that you said yesterday that you help Mr. Bubakar with finances.
Yes.
So my question is coming back to what I have said. You said, I've asked you, where did you get your finances from? You said, Adaba Construction.
Yes.
So are you a shareholder? Are you a business partner? Because for you to be able to have this kind of finances to help other people, you must have some source of income.
My source of income is from Dada Construction
Okay.
in regards to giving out credit to Mr. Suso.
So what are you? Are you a participant? Are you a partner in Daba Construction?
I'm not a partner.
Okay. You may proceed. I'll ask.
Just few questions regarding what you know about the relationship between Mr. Ture and Mr. Suso.
Honestly, that I don't know.
Because you had told us that at some point Mr. Ture came to ask money from you, and he called Mr. Suso. Is that not the case?
Yes.
When was the first time you met Mr. Suso?
Know him personally or met?
Met him.
Known him.
When was the first time you actually met Mr. Ture, the CEO of Basse?
That was the day he came asking, confirming from Suso on phone that he purposely came if I can assist his nephew.
And after that, how many times had he asked for favors from you?
That was the last favor from Mr. Ture.
Now, do you know of any relationship between Mr. Suso and Mr. Ture?
No.
Do you know where they are close?
That I don't know. They are in Basse, I am in Serakuna.
But the money you gave to Mr. Ture, is it not as a result of Mr. Suso guaranteeing that he will pay?
Yes, he mentioned to me he has a very close friend who needs assistance.
And the close friend is Mr. Ture?
Yes.
So it is your statement that Mr. Suso actually called you,
Yes.
spoke to you,
Yes.
and actually vouched for the fact that Mr. Ture is a very close friend, and
Yes.
you can actually give him money
Yes.
on credit,
Yes.
and he will pay back.
Absolutely.
Thank you. That's all for this witness.
Yes.
Mr. Sedikan,
Yes.
take a look at exhibit LGC/AS/TB/DCG/BSAC/003. Now, look at the transaction for the 19th of February 2021.
Yes.
Is that you that withdraw the 1.790?
Yes. Yes.
And look at the transaction for the 22nd of February,
Yes.
2021.
Yes.
You debited the account for 100,000, right?
Yes.
On the 14th of April, you debited the account. You debited the account for 1.7 million.
Yes.
And on the 7th of May 2021,
Yes.
you debited the account for 350,000.
Yes.
And for 29th of July 2021,
Yes.
you further debited the account for 1,080,000.
Yes.
And on the 18th of September 2021, you debited the said account for 785,000.
Yes. On the 13th of September.
Huh?
13th of September.
Okay. 13th of September, you transferred, you credited 787.
Debited.
No. If it is 13th of September 2021, you can correct me if I am wrong.
Yes.
What I see here is that a credit amount of 787,
It's a debit.
446 was credited. And on the same 13th September, you, Abdullah, right? You debited 785. Is that not it?
This 13,000, the first transaction on the 13th of September 2021 is an RTGS inflow.
It's an inflow from where?
Yes,
From
it's an
where?
inflow from FAO.
From FAO.
Yes, that
Please,
the same day.
okay. Please
may-
provide us with the evidence
Yes,
of the transaction.
I can bring copies of all these contracts.
Okay, please do. So on the 27th of October 2021, you credited 10,000 in the said account.
Yes.
And the list goes on, right? 25th of April 2021, you credited 1,000. Now, before we proceed, I have listed for you some of the transaction and not all.
Yes.
But you could see that in the credit column,
Yes.
there was no correlating credit into the account. So I want you to explain to us how is that?
This is a contract. This is a company account.
So wait a minute. Before, at the end of 31st of March 2022, the said account was, you understand, in minus, right?
Yes.
Which is 360, 664.82. That is, you overdrew the account by this amount.
Yes.
Yes. So now tell us, explain to us, how is this transaction in this account? So that we will be very clear of what was coming from where and how it was possible for you to transact on all these amounts of money.
This 300,000 was an overdraft. And I also wanted to say something. This account belongs to a company. I am not supposed to be disclosing transactions of this account. The purpose of me tendering this statement is to show you my source of income.
Yes, but Mr. Sedikan, you will agree with me that these are your transactions,
Yes.
even if it is a company. But that is why I asked you the question, and you did not answer the question. I said, what is your role in Daba Construction.
Dada Construction.
Dada Construction.
Yes.
You have not said anything.
I said it's to manage all its finances.
I ask you whether you are not a shareholder or a participant. Because
No.
if you are to manage the finances of Dada Construction,
Yes.
where is the evidence to allow you to be withdrawing all this kind of money if there are separate shareholders and the business is owned by some people distinct and different from you?
The business is owned by one person.
Yes. That is?
That is Babukar Doumbia.
We have different names. We have Bubakar and Babukar. What the ID is saying is Babukar. What the business registration is saying is Bubakar. So you know these two are not the same.
It's the same person.
It's the same person?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get him to come here and will give us some information. Yes, now tell us your transaction and what is the authorization that is given to you by this one owner of the business?
This was an overdraft.
Yes, so what about,
to Mr. Doumbia, that is Dada Construction. And all these withdrawals are in his presence when we are doing these withdrawals.
So who does, who signs the checks for this transaction?
Himself.
Himself. Okay. So you can bring us evidence of these transactions, right?
In addition to that, if you need...
No, what I'm saying now is, will you be in a position to bring us the evidence to show that he is the one that signed all these checks for you to go and
The
withdraw?
checks are at Trust Bank. I don't have a copy of those checks. And equally, I can, if the commission allow, you can have a close chat with Mr. Doumbia himself. I can invite him.
No, we will do the needful.
No problem.
Yes, we will do the needful. Yes, so explain to us. We are listening.
I said this.
So aside from those two contracts that you told us, what other contracts did Mr. Babukar stroke Mr. Bubakar have done?
There are so many contracts. I can do copies of those contracts and bring it to your attention.
Sorry, I am repeating myself because you said you are going to provide the copies.
Yes.
Yes. So as we speak, the closing balance as of 31st of October 2022 is negative 1,275.53.
Yes.
Can you avail us the statement from the opening of the account to date? Because this is way back in 2022.
For that statement, I think the only account holder can provide that.
But you have access to the account holder.
Yes.
Right?
Through him, this statement was given to me.
Okay. We note that. And we will be guided accordingly.
Thank you.
Yes. And Mr. Honorable Joyner, do you have questions? So aside from the money that you have, that you generate from Dada Construction, it has been noted that the reason why you were given these blank checks is to use as collateral at your bank in Vista to take money from your vault and do these transactions. So when you have to reconcile, you understand, the transactions, if need be, you will drop one of the checks, write the amount to balance the vault. Is that not correct?
The last time I was a vault custodian was in 20...
No, because I'm not saying when you were a vault custodian or not. I am talking about as a branch manager. I am saying, until we deal with Mr. Doumbia, until we look at all the contract documents, it is noted that these transactions you were able to finance because you have these checks to serve as guarantee. And when you are supposed to do a reconciliation for the close of transaction, if there are discrepancies, after you have taken some money to assist and help other people, as you said, you will drop one of these checks, write on it, because this is just the last bunch that you gave me. You write on it and put it in the vault to make sure that the vault, the vault would, the amount would reconcile before the close of the banking transaction in the evening.
First of all, being the branch manager in Brikama, I don't even go to the vault.
Yes, but you know, as a branch manager, before you close, no, let's just, I am not a banker, but I may be totally wrong. I am not a banker. You can put me in the right track. As a manager, you don't release your tellers until they reconcile. You understand? Both checks and cash. Is that not the process?
I don't manage tellers. There is a head of operation responsible for managing tellers.
But then you sign off at the end of the day, whether it's 7 o'clock, whether it's 8 o'clock, that all the transactions as branch manager has been done according to, you understand, your business of the day.
That is the function of the head of operation.
So the head of operation doesn't discuss with you any of those ones?
No.
And you don't have any link with the head of operation to show you that this is the situation in the bank?
That's what I wanted to say earlier. The head of operation reports to our head of operation in head office. Okay. Myself, I'm on the business lines. I report direct to head of SME, who reports to our deputy MD.
So the head of operation doesn't talk to you. So the head of operation goes beyond you to report to another person.
The head of operation sending emails. When it comes to sending emails, he copied me. On the branch issues, he will inform me. But other operational issues, he report direct to his head of operation in head office.
We will take your evidence for now.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's all for this witness. I believe
yes,
we've exhausted.
We have requested that you bring all the contracts that Mr. Dumbuya have transacted, and we will call Mr. Dumbuya to set light on some of these transactions.
I will absolutely bring it.
Yes, so we will let you know when you will be coming back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes.
I had indicated that we don't have any more questions for this witness.
No, we don't have.
Yes. Thank you.
This statement.
Yes, bring it. So we will, when you come back, we will look at the trust bank statement very well, and we will conclude on the evidence on the trust bank account.
I will bring those contract documents tomorrow in the morning, inshallah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your evidence, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Witness. Yeah. Can stand here. Good morning, Mr. Witness. Can you take this, please? Put it on. Okay. Good morning and welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into local government councils and related matters. What is your religion? In which language do you wish to make your testimony? Do you wish to be sworn by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation? Okay, Madam Chair, the witness wishes to be sworn by the Holy Quran. Okay, Mr. Witness, please hold the Holy Quran and repeat after me. Say, I, Malafi Baji, or Muhammad Lamin Kiru, do swear that I will speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me Allah. You may be seated, please. Madam Chair, the witness has been sworn.
Good afternoon, Mr. Kiru.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Kiru. You are welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Council.
Yes. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, afternoon.
Can you please tell us what your name is? Can
My
you
name-
please tell us what your name is?
My name's Muhammadu Lamin Keru.
Muhammadu Lamin Kiru.
Yes.
Where do you live?
I live at Basse.
And what is your occupation?
Well, I'm an accounting assistant, also license manager.
Accounting officer and also license manager of
License, trade license,
which institution?
Basse Area Council.
Since when have you been working for Basse Area Council?
Since March 1999.
That's a long time, huh?
Yeah.
So you started as what were you employed as in your first employment?
My first employment I was a revenue collector.
A revenue collector.
Yeah.
And then when were you promoted?
I rose to the rank of senior revenue collector and finally accounting assistant in 2007.
Accounting assistant in 2007.
Yeah.
So in 2007 you were the accounting assistant.
Yeah.
And then after that, when did you become the license manager?
It was in 2000 that they assigned me to be a supervising license.
In the year
2020, yeah.
2023.
Up to 2023, yeah.
So when did you actually start? When were you appointed or promoted to the rank of a license manager?
That was in 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
And then as accounting officer?
2007.
So what is your current position?
My current position, I'm still an accounting assistant and a license supervisor.
So you hold two positions?
Yes.
Accounting officer and license manager?
Yeah, because right now I'm doing this. I posted vouchers into the IFMI system and also
Very well. So we'll
receipts.
just jump straight from there. As an accounting officer, what are your role, or what is your role?
As accounting officer, I prepared vouchers.
Vouchers?
Yes, from the IFMI system.
From the IFMI system?
Yeah.
And then?
Also do receipting.
Please come again?
Receipting.
And receipting?
Yes. From the same system.
Now, who do you report to as an accounting officer?
Yeah, mostly I report to the finance director.
Who is the finance director currently?
Currently is Lamin Suso, who was there. Now we have Lamin Jasi overseeing the position.
Now is Lamin Jase overseeing the office?
Lamin Jasi is now acting.
Yes.
Lamin Suso is on leave.
But do you also have a finance manager?
Huh?
Do you have a finance manager?
Yeah, finance manager
Yes.
before.
Yes.
He's also on leave now. It's Malafi Baji, who was acting as a finance manager.
Malafi Baji is acting as a finance manager.
Yeah.
So currently you don't have any finance manager.
No.
Where is Malafi Baji?
Huh?
Where is Malafi Baji?
He's around.
He's currently around.
Yeah, he's around.
So how many of you are in the accounting department?
As president, when Malafi is on leave, I was the only one there, but now we have another senior account clerk who was appointed just a couple of days ago.
So between let's say from last year, how many of you were in the office? Just the three of you?
Okay, we are only two in the accounting side doing these vouchers and other things. I and Malafi Baji was there. Malafi was doing the receipting, then I was doing the vouchers.
So it's you and Malafi Baji and the finance director as the overall boss.
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead. Now, how about you and your role as the license manager?
Well, I supervise these license collectors. When they are doing their registration, mostly.
You supervise the license collectors?
Yes.
These are the revenue collectors?
Yeah, revenue collectors.
But you have revenue collectors being having different categories. Is that not the case? Some are license collectors and some are, is it rates?
Yeah, some are licensing, some are rates, but only licensing is under me.
Only license under you?
Yeah.
How many employees do you have under you that are working as license collectors?
How many?
How many individuals do you have that you are
my,
supervising as a license manager?
I have about 4 of them. Yeah.
Is it more than 10?
Huh?
Is it more than 10?
No, I have a list there. I don't know whether I can show. Let me see the list of them. You know, before there was 2 units.
They are?
Before, we have the rates and the licensing unit.
Yes.
But recently they joined them together. That was the current director of finance did it. Before we were having license collectors aside, then rates collectors aside. But when he came, he joined everybody together. That brings a different.
So before you have license collectors separate from the rates collectors?
Yes, yes.
And when did that stop?
It's 2023.
2020?
2023.
23?
Yeah.
The beginning of this year?
Yeah.
So from the beginning of this year, you have the two units being fused together.
Yes.
So an individual that is collecting license will also collect rates.
Yes.
From let's say January 2023.
Yeah.
But prior to that, if you are collecting license, you only collect license.
Yes, yes.
And if you're on rates, you only focus on rates.
Yes.
Now, so now as a license manager, as at the time that it is being fused, that are you now a both license and rates manager, or do you still maintain your position as a license manager alone and not?
Yeah, I still maintain my position as a licensing manager.
So you don't have anything to do with rates?
I don't have anything to do with that.
Now, you gave a statement to the investigators. Is that not correct?
Yes.
you signed the statement.
Yeah.
If I show you a copy of a document that appears to be your statement, will you be able to recognize it?
Mm-hmm.
Please have a look at this document, sir. Please, can you go through that document or that statement and advise us whether that is the statement you gave to the investigators?
Yes, the same. I will copy it.
Is that the statement you gave to the investigators?
Yes.
Please hand it over to the Assistant Registrar. Honorable Chairperson and Commissioners, we apply to tender the statement of the witness dated the 19th day of May 2023 and signed by the witness and identified by him in evidence as an exhibit.
The witness statement of Modulamin Kiru, dated the 19th of May 2023 and signed by the same Modulamin Kiru, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/MLC/BSAC/001.
As the Commission places. Now, please just give us a summary of what a license collector will do under your supervision. What are their responsibilities?
Okay.
And how do they carry out these functions?
Yeah, okay. Before the end of the year.
Can you kindly just use the microphone?
Yeah, so before the end of the year.
Yes.
We will summon them all for a meeting and give them guidelines to what they should do and how they will start with. So they will start with registration of all businesses within their jurisdiction. Okay. After doing all that, they will bring those data to us in the office. As a license manager, they will bring those data to me. Then I will take these data to the IT department and they fit all into the system. So after, we will produce demand notes, give them the demand notes so that they distribute it to all vendors. Then after distributing demand notes, then we call another meeting, advise them what they should do, and after collection, what they should do with their monies. Then we'll advise them after collection. Before coming to office, you go straight to the bank. You should not come to the office with any cash. You go straight to the bank and deposit your money, then you come for reconciliation. to me as a licensing manager daily. So at the end of the week, on Thursday, I'll compile all those records and forward it to the finance manager for receipting. So after receipting the books, it will go to the director of finance, then to the CEO for verification. Yes.
Now, this data collection,
Yeah.
how is it conducted by your department or your unit? How do your staff conduct this data collection?
Okay, we go in groups.
In groups?
Yeah, we go in one group. Yeah, you know, before, that's what we are doing. Before Lamin Suso came.
Before Lamin Suso came.
One team responsible for licensing, so we'll go in that group, shop to shop. We go from shop to shop.
Before Lamin Suso came,
it was only one group.
You were having you only operate on group in a group system, just one group that will go and conduct all the surveys regarding license.
Yes, yes.
From shop to shop.
Yes.
And then
when we enter the shop, you know, we have a tariff.
Yes.
So we use that tariff because we don't have expert in valuation. So, but we use our own, you know, knowledge and see the capacity of the shop.
Yes.
We say, well, we can all agree that this shop is 8,000, the highest. So we record. If that one is 3,000, we record. That's how we go until we complete our work.
Okay.
Yes.
So what details do you factor in conducting this evaluation? Is it the name of the shop owner? Just tell us the details that you put in consideration.
Okay. First of all, when you go to the shopkeeper, we greet you and introduce ourselves to you that we are from the Basse Area Council, the licensing unit. We are on yearly registration.
Yes.
So we'll ask the name of the vendor. That's in the first place. Then when you give your name, you take your telephone number. After taking your telephone number, we analyze the type of business among ourselves. Some we say this is a general trader or this is a petty trader. Then we put that category on the form. Then we put the amount. You see, that's how we do.
So now, when Lamiso came, why did that change?
Well, I don't know. To his own knowledge, maybe he can tell.
So what did he change it to? From group to individual?
He divide Basse into two sectors.
Two sectors?
Yeah, two sections.
Yes.
North and south.
Okay.
Yes, so you have team A and team B, team going this way, team going this way. So that's how we are working.
So now you have two teams as opposed to
inside
one.
Basse, yeah.
So when it comes to data collection, for the purpose of evaluation,
yes,
you will have two teams for the year.
Yes.
But do they still go in groups, a group of twos?
Yes.
But we have also information from some of the revenue collectors that tells us that they conduct this evaluation individually.
Okay, that is in the, you know, Basse is the center. So when you go up, those collectors up, we have revenue collectors up, they will go and they will do their, because those businesses are not many. So before using more resources going there, so we advise, we'll attach somebody with them and a counselor. You know, they will go and do that in their own words.
But some of them will tell us that they also conduct this verification, this data collection individually. Like just go to the area that they are posted, and they will conduct the data collection and the registration or evaluation in their individual capacity.
That's what
Let's say, for example, Woolly East, for example.
Yeah, the person in Woolly East.
Yes.
You must go with a counselor, because that's what they'll advise you. You'll go with a counselor.
Yes.
The counselor, what counselor will accompany you? Because
sorry, Mr. Kiru, we want to have the evidence, right? You said Basse is divided into two parts.
Yes.
So if you tell us Woolly East, you tell us in which of the parts it is.
You have Basse North and Basse South.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but then some of the collectors have indicated that they are posted in Woolly East and Stuffs like that.
You have the collectors in Basse, they are just in Basse. So
No, what I want to be clear about is that you are giving us evidence. Some other people have given us evidence.
Yes.
That is what I want to be clear about.
yes.
So that the two designation, did you put it in writing in the first place? Let me ask that. Is it as a council resolution, or is it as a result of executive directives from the council? How did you come by dividing?
Yes, as I say, it's a directive from council. I don't know whether I brought those documents here, but I have.
Please do and give it.
Let me see how they. I don't know whether they are around.
Registrar, can you stand by there? Please, thank you.
Those ones. Don't bring this one. This one's the responsibility in 2020. I don't know. So, this one's not here. Those ones I didn't bring it. I'll look for it later. I didn't bring that those letters, but they were written in a written document. Only the one I have is this is the staff posting for 2020.
So you will provide us with that document, right?
Yes, I checked my bag before I left. Maybe they are inside the bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, so you were explaining regarding the fact that even though Basse is divided into two parts, you have the north and is it the south?
Yes.
But apart from Basse, you also have other areas that the revenue is collected from.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And also you have people posted in those areas. So we have revenue collectors who will tell us that they will go and conduct these surveys or these evaluations in their individual capacity. Like you don't have anyone accompanying them. You don't have a counselor or supervisor or any individual accompanying them to do this data collection. What is your response to that?
We always write a memo to all the collectors that you should be accompanied by a counselor in your ward area. Those correspondents are there. I didn't bring them, but maybe I'll check my bag before I left. But they must go with a counselor.
Now, when you go with a counselor and you come back with the information, do they not authenticate the information? Like, for example, signing any document that has been prepared, let's say in a book form or in a report form to inform you as the manager that this is the data or the evaluation done or conducted in a particular area.
So when they are done, they are given a choir book. Before they start the registration, they are given a choir book.
Yes.
So on that choir book, they will register all their businesses.
Yes.
So when they come with that choir book, the choir book will take to the system operator, the IT unit, where they will enter all those data. Then we give them back the choir book. to guide them to do their collection. So all the choir books are with them, the collectors now right now.
So my point is, if anyone conducts survey
Yes.
or did the data collection in, let's say, Woolly East,
Yes.
will you know the individual that prepared the information?
Yes.
So if they are accompanied by a counselor, will that counselor also sign the document?
No, the council will not sign. We just be witnessing your work so that you'll do your work accurately.
But how will you know that a particular revenue collector is being accompanied by a counselor, for example?
Now we contact the councillors. If the collector goes without a councillor, the councillor will report to us that
So-
collector X is going. Why is he going alone?
But
So
some of
we-
them told us here that they did the evaluation alone.
Maybe into their own interest, but they should go with a councillor. We advise them to go with councillors.
Is it
But they
supposed
will
to
not
be,
report that to us now.
is it supposed to be an advice or as a matter of policy that you have to do it?
It's a policy paper written. It's not even now. As long as all collectors who are there, they know when the registration starts, they should go with a councillor.
But the reason why I'm raising this is because in the audit reports for BASE, you will see that one of the issues being queried is that you have an individual conducting the assessment and also being the revenue collector.
Yes.
And that will really be working adversely against the revenue that is supposedly supposed to be collected by a particular revenue collector for BASE Area Council. So you cannot be both the assessor and the revenue collector at the same time without having some fact check mechanisms in place.
That's how we find the system. The collector will go and assess and collect. Since
Yes.
I came there, that's how, since my 24 years in the service, that's how we work.
So do you, in your supervisory role, do you conduct any verification of what you have been presented with?
To go around and verify it. In
Yes.
short. No, we don't do that. I don't.
You don't do that.
I
So you
just
only
take
go by
the records from the
records from the revenue collectors.
from the IT system. Yeah.
Yes. So now, again, in that capacity as a license manager,
Yeah.
when you now send this information to the IT system, it has now been put in the system, and that is what the revenue collectors will use on a daily basis.
Yes.
So when they come from the field, from collecting revenue, do they go on a daily basis or do they have certain days that they have to go? How do they go to the field to collect license?
How do they collect license?
Yes, how do they collect this license, this revenue? Is it on a daily basis?
Yeah, on daily basis. Okay, they go on daily basis.
And then do they have the discretion of deciding when to go to the field to collect license, or is it mandatory that they must work every day?
Yeah, they must work from Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday.
Yes.
And then will you be surprised to know that some of them will tell us that sometimes for a whole week they don't go to the field because there is no point going to collect revenue in a particular week?
Yes, sometimes if they go out, they will not come with money. They say, well, we don't have money. We cannot, no one is paying today. So, and there is no force following them. Yes, but they should go to the field every day for work.
So Mankumane told us, you know Mankumane?
I know him.
Is Mankumane under your supervision?
Mankumane, yeah. Mankumane.
Yes.
Mankumane is under rates. I told you this year, he was brought to collect license.
This year?
Yeah, this year. But he was under rates and taxes. So I
So
don't know much
Tell
about
us
him
this year
until
what
this
month.
year.
Just tell us this year what month.
Huh?
This year what month?
They started in collection in January, yes, because there was a, how they
So
call
no,
it?
wait. So what council is asking you? From what month did Mankumane start working under you? So it's
under
from
me.
January, right?
It's this year I started.
That is from January. You
From
just said
January,
that.
because from January they start the collection.
Okay, you can proceed. He started working under him in January.
He started working on me in January because I should have this speak this.
Yes, Council, you may proceed.
The witness, I'm looking for something. I'm not sure whether you have asked him to look for a document. That's why I. What are you looking for, sir?
I want to see the circular passed by
The
Suso. That
the circular.
The circular passed by the Director of Finance.
Yes.
That he has posted some people under my unit, like he mixed them up.
Okay.
Mixed the race and license.
Yes.
But for me, this was my work plan for the year 2023.
Oh, you have a work plan for 2022? Is it 2023?
Three. This
Three.
is my 2023 work plan.
Did you see the circular? Have you seen the circular that you're looking for? So this will be a copy of the work plan. Is the entire work plan one paper? So that we can
this is the work plan I presented for this year. This is what we were using for 2023. This was prepared in 2022 December so that we can start our
activities in
activities for 2023.
Yes.
So this was turned down by the Director of Finance, and he brings his own work plan. Yeah.
Now, so Mankumane said you are his line manager. So is that correct? From 2023, is that correct?
License, yes.
For license?
Yes.
From January 2023?
Yes.
So meaning he reports to you directly?
He worked for me up to the time when there was a problem.
What problem is that?
Yeah, he was working under me. So unfortunately, one day the IT officer called my attention and said, well, one of our missing device has been found with Manku.
Yes.
He said, Kaba Sane is the one who discovered that device with him. And the device is here. So when he gave me that report, the CEO was away. He was in America. So I went straight to the acting CEO, who is Yaya Sise. So I reported him to Yaya Sise, the acting CEO. So they called him, cautioned him. He said, well, it was a mistake. He just left this in his house where he was sharing with a teacher. So that's the time when he was checking things, he saw this device, and accidentally he saw the device. I said, well...
Please come again. There was a report to you by the IT manager.
Yes.
Who is the IT manager?
It's Lamin Esture.
Lamin Esture reported to you that they found a device with Mankumane.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And then you did what?
Then I forwarded the matter to the acting CEO.
Who is the acting CEO?
Yaya Sise was the acting CEO by then.
So Yaya Sise then did what?
Yaya Sise then cautioned him and asked him to write. He wrote to him, then he said, let him write back and explain. So he wrote a letter and he copied me that letter also, this Manku himself.
And then what did you do?
Then from there, when CEO comes from his trip, also, to be frank, when the CEO is, I also send a voice message to CEO that a device has been found in somebody's possession. So he said, okay, forward the matter. Then when the matter was forwarded, then we came, he write to the ministry, to the PS, explaining that matter to him. That's how it happens.
How was the device found?
Well, I can't tell until Kaba himself can explain, but they just told me that the device has been found and it's with the IT office.
Now, let's go back a bit. As the license manager, you said part of your supervisory function is that they report to you every day that they come from the field to collect revenue.
Yes.
Is that not correct?
Yeah.
So all of the individuals in your department or your unit, however you call it,
yeah,
they will have to see you at the end of the day before they close work. Is that not correct?
Yeah.
And so the purpose of which you've put in your statement is to reconcile their collection for the day.
Yeah.
And then make sure everything has been banked.
Yeah.
and to also see that it kind of correlates with this, what is posted in the system.
Yes.
Is that not your functions?
Yes, yes.
Your function entails. So then, if a revenue collector, you didn't see a revenue collector for, let's say, a whole week, they did not come to you to reconcile any collection done, would you not ordinarily suspect that there is a problem?
Yeah, what I'll do, by Friday, if you didn't come and you are not in Basse, I'll give you a phone call to see why you are not around in time.
Yes.
So if there is any problem, you say, well, I'm unable to collect anything, because we have a dashboard.
Yes.
I'll go straight to the dashboard and check your name.
Yes.
And the date.
Right.
If there is anything, I say, no, you have done collection, come. Try and come immediately before the matter is being forwarded. Or if there is no collection, I'll see no collection there. That's how it is. There's a dashboard. I have a dashboard on my computer too. The CEO has one, the chairman has one.
And the IT
so
manager
we monitor them daily like that. So that's why. Yes.
So on a Friday is when you do that?
Yes.
But you had already informed us that on a daily basis they have to come to you for the reconciliation.
Yes.
I'm trying to get that part. Why must you wait on Friday to contact them to inform them that they haven't they didn't come to reconcile their collection when that function is supposed to be done every day?
Well, sometimes they will give you reasons. I'm not well, or my motorcycle sick. My motorcycle get breakdown, so I cannot go around. Something like that. So you just have to accept it, because if you say I'm sick, somebody is sick, they cannot walk, then you cannot do anything. But when you say that, we always check the dashboard whether you have done any job or not. Even the market daily, if you do it, they will see it.
So as far as there is no collection that reflects on the dashboard, then there is no problem.
Yes.
But unless there is financial transactions on the dashboard, then you will call the individual.
Yes.
But how about the fact that the individual is being paid salary and they have to be working every day?
Yes, that's what I'm explaining now. When a collector, you call him, he said, I'm not well, I'm sick. And those areas, they don't have, they just have health centers. Sometimes they say, I went to the health center, I cannot get medication. They'll bring in medical paper to show you that I went to the hospital. So that's all you can do. Or my motorcycle got a breakdown on my way, I cannot walk for that week. So that's the end. But in Basse, every day, when they go, we'll know that they went, and we'll check them. And when they come, they will reconcile. If you don't bring money, if you collect money and you didn't bring it to council, or you didn't bring it to take it to the bank, I just forward the matter straight to the authority. Mr. X has collected this amount and he didn't deposit it. So, or he has given it to the so and so. That's how I'll do.
How about the issue of a month, when a revenue collector did not collect revenue for a whole month?
Oh, man.
No, like just assume a revenue collector that did not collect revenue for an entire month.
We was well. We forward the matter to the authorities. Now it's left the authorities to take steps against them.
So if the revenue collectors under you, let's say they are 10 in number, so they will all have an automated machine. Is that correct?
Not all of them have this machine. You know, in Basse, you have only 2 machines.
2?
And, yeah, one in the north, one in the south, and they are accompanied by somebody.
Yes.
Yeah, they have supervisors. Yes. So
but that's for Basse area. That's for Basse itself.
Yeah, but in the other areas, each collector has his own machine.
Yes.
Yes. When the machines were enough, each collector has his own machine.
Yes.
Okay. So that collector is alone, and when he's going, we always advise them they should go with a badge messenger, or they report to the chief, we are going on collection. The chief will give them a badge messenger, or they go with a counselor. That's how we operate there. So if they go alone, then they do it on their own. We will not know until and unless we get a report that a collector is going alone. Then we will call you.
Why should they not go alone?
No, just for safety reason. You know, in those areas, it's really.
Is it only for safety reason?
Huh?
Is it only for safety reason?
Yes. You know, collector going alone is not bad, but sometimes when going for collection, But sometimes you need somebody to accompany you so that you can have more strength.
Can they not collect less than what they are supposed to?
They will collect, no, they will collect what they are supposed to, but maybe they need reinforcement. You know, everything you need reinforcement. Sometimes you go to a shopkeeper who is hard to work with. So maybe your counterpart can even convince that guy. So something, you know, you don't need to force and fight with them, but you just convince them so that they may, you know.
Now, for the case of Manko, to be more specific, he had a device, is that not correct?
Yeah.
Will you know that he has a device? Like for any of your revenue collectors that are under you, if they have a device in their possession, will you not have that in your record?
Yes, when they were going, they were given device.
No.
Yes, we know because we have before they go.
Now let's talk more specifically in your capacity as the license manager and their capacity as revenue collector for license.
Yes.
Now let's assume there are 5 license collectors in your unit. If all of them have, or any of them is having a machine, this automated machine,
Yeah.
will you as the manager have record of that?
Yes, I will have their list of, and I know that all of them are having machine because before they are issued with machine,
Yes.
I'll go to the IT office
Yes.
and confirm with the IT man that this and this guy should have a machine.
Yes.
So they will give them a machine in my presence and the account will be changed because they cannot change any other person's account because the account is done by the IT man. He will create your account and give it to you.
You will open an account for the individual.
Yeah, individual, everybody has his own account. Even though I take your machine now, if I want to work, if I don't put my own account there, I cannot go. I have to put in my own account. I cannot use Manko account when this is off. Only Manko can use his own account because he knows his password and his email address. Because that's how it works. So nobody can use any other's machine account. No.
Yes, because all of them they have. You were saying something? Well, all of them they have their own account.
Yes.
Council.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to intervene. Mr. Kiro,
Yes, sir.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
As the supervisor for licenses,
Yeah.
since you started as a collector in 1999.
99.
Yes, as a revenue collector, and then you move through the ladder to become the supervisor of licenses.
Yes.
So you have an institutional memory of the operations of the license department.
Yes.
And you have mentioned here that at the beginning of the year, you have a team
Yes.
go around and do the assessment
Yes.
of the properties. One, what is the basis of your assessment? That is one question. We move on to another area. Normally, once the assessment is done, it is put into a register,
Yes.
and it becomes the trade license register for the year.
Yes.
And then properties are coded in the register. And then the information in the register is uploaded into the digitalized machines.
Yes.
And the digitalized machines are in fact synchronized
Yes.
with the IT department. Is that so?
Yes.
Now you have just said that on daily basis, you monitor the collections of all the collectors. You have a board, a dashboard in your office, and the CEO also has a dashboard, and that is for transparency purposes.
Yes.
How comes that we have been able to see a lot of discrepancies in the lodgement of collections from the collectors? Instead of paying it to the bank, because at the end of the day, if you do your reconciliation, you have the collectors' collections, and then you reconcile it with the IT then you also have the bank reconciliation to know whether the money is lodged into the bank. How comes that we have seen gaps where monies were collected and not paid into the bank, but then paid to the Director of Finance over a period of time? And there was no raising of a red flag from your end as the supervisor of the trade license collectors.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So,
Thank you.
Let me start with this last one. The monitoring system, that's what I'm telling you. When a collector, in my unit, I don't experience that so much, but on occasions that when a collector is in town, I know, before you come, I know how much you have collected. So before depositing, if you come to the office, I ask you, what are you finding here? Then that's an issue. If you didn't deposit also, I know you didn't deposit. My role there I just go straight to the issue and explain to him that
Mr. Keru, that is not what the Honorable Commissioner is asking you. Answer the question, please. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, for the collectors giving directors money, well, I don't know of it much because maybe, but what we are seeing, what they come with daily, with the bank slips, we check the machines and the bank slips are tallied. That's okay for us. But if they give money outside, in my unit, it's not frequent there, honestly. Because every day when they come, before they come, they go to the bank. There are some occasions when they come, when they close late. For example, they say they close late. So you advise them, go and keep the money to the or to the cashier. Till tomorrow you go and bank it. That's it. But in my unit, I don't see such always.
But the problem of digitalization was to create an environment of transparency.
Yes.
Before you had the GTRs,
yes,
which to certain extent
yes,
was not so much transparent.
Yeah.
And that was why you transited from the GTR to the digitalized machines.
Yeah.
Now, from your point of view, with all what is being experienced with the digitalization, would you say that it was easier with the GTR than the digitalized machines? Because the digitalized machines are not serving their purposes now in terms of monitoring the collections and the depositing of collected monies to the council's accounts.
The digital machine, if you collect with that machine, anything you collected will be registered in the machine. The machine also has a dashboard. You yourself, you the collector, you know, when you come with the machine, we'll show you, we just check the dashboard first in your machine and our machine, whether it's tallied. You see, so all machines has a dashboard. Before you reconciliation, before your books are totally reconciled, we must see that all what you have collected has been deposited. If not, we take it up with the authorities themselves to find out why you didn't deposit the money. Yes.
Mr. Keru, you were there when the machines were supplied to the Basse Area Council, correct?
Huh?
I said you were there when the machines were supplied.
Yes.
At the Basse Area Council. Can you tell us the month and the year?
We started 2020.
2020. Which month?
2020.
Which month?
In June.
In June.
Yeah, June 2020.
So how many machines were supplied to the council?
And they started, we were having 20 machines.
Yeah.
So as time goes, machines get breakdown. Some were worn out, some were destroyed. Don't know enough.
Were you shown the agreement that was signed by the provider of the digital equipment and the council, being a senior finance manager?
No.
You've never seen the agreement?
No, I don't see the agreement.
So at what time did you realize that the machines were breaking down?
They were?
They were having problems, they were having challenges.
No, the collector themselves will come. They say, well, my machine has a problem. So we take this machine to the IT man, and we say, well, this machine has a problem.
So when they do this verbally, right?
Huh?
They do this verbally or they write to you?
Well, they should write to the IT man before any
Do they
acceptance.
write to you or copy you?
No, they don't copy me. They write directly to the IT office that the machine has a problem, but not to me directly, because that man is the one who is responsible for the machines and giving the machines out.
So when the
But I'll
collectors...
go and make a request with him.
So you have told this commission that as we speak, it is only 2 machines that are in Basse.
Right now, well, because the machines are, look at this. You know, in the beginning, we have 20 machines in 2020, June. Out of those 20, 3 remain.
3 where?
3 devices remain. Some of the devices has software problem, and some were damaged by collectors. 16 June 2023, 5C suppliers 15 devices. Currently, total of devices are 18. Total device active is 17. Yeah.
So if we should get your evidence,
Huh?
as we speak, is it 3 devices that are functional or 17?
No, 17 are functional in all areas.
In all areas?
Yeah, rates and tax, line chains.
Can you provide that document for us?
Yeah, they copied it.
Mr. Registrar, can you give it to the
You can copy these 2. This and this. You copy them both.
check whether it's relevant to put in this document to give us a guide about the machines we are talking about. Thank you.
And also there's a list of all device holders in this list.
So, good afternoon, Mr. Kiro. This list that you have provided, it says currently list of collectors with devices. So are the names?
Yeah.
The names of collectors that have devices?
Yes, all the collectors.
So that's 17 collectors that have devices. You're now talking about another list. What list is that?
The list of collectors in Basse